Taking courses online matters, as in like non-college courses, non-high school courses, like taking courses that you found in a YouTube video, advertisement, an Instagram, and a TikTok, and a Twitter, wherever you found it on like Udemy, courses, all the all the courses that are on websites that are legit, backed by people. I really truly believe that those people are really trying to. I mean, if you do your research on the person and the business and the corporation that's behind the course, right? I feel like they're really trying to offer you guys value. And for those people that have taken those people up on their word and have actually bought the course, I feel like you guys are doing yourselves a service in advancing your skill set mindset in that particular area of life that the person is trying to sell you on a course, because that person has actually took the time out of their day to map out what is it like to be person A, and I'm trying to be person B and help give detailed steps, step by step, what is it like to go to actually get through this transformation process, what I'm going to experience, what I got to go through, which I'll look out for, like all these extra things in order to become person B, right? Which is valuable because you wouldn't experience that on your own. You only experience that, I mean, you could experience this on your own, but for the person that's making the course, you are and selling the course, you've already gotten there, right? So like, the person that has bought the course, they're realizing that it's better to learn off somebody else's dime. It's better to learn off somebody else's mistakes than to go down the route of learning all the mistakes and doing it, like learning it the hard way first, right? So I could save my time in that sense, right? And that is really what you're buying. For the person that hasn't bought a course online yet, and you see a course that you want but you don't want to pay for it, you're going to end up spending that time in trying to develop that skill. If you're set to develop that skill, or way of life, or whatever that transition, you're going to experience that the hard way. So you might as well, like, through the life of hard knocks, right? So you might as well, like, take advantage of those people that are out there that have packaged what they have to teach to the world. Take advantage of that so you don't have to spend that money or spend that time in trying to learn that particular thing, right? So yeah, there's that. And in that sense, I do think that you could ethically sell courses and it's not a scam. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually real knowledge to be learned out here. Even though a lot of it can be found for free, I feel like that one-on-one hands-on experience where you can actually ask the person that's like sold you a course or a community, ask them one-on-one questions about whatever it is that you have, trying to become, trying to go through that transformation from person A to person B. I feel like having that community aspect is also beneficial too, as well as there might be aspects of a course that you might not necessarily, aspects of a skill or a way of life that you might not necessarily get through free content that's on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, or you might not necessarily get like through blogs or even books, for that matter, through a paid course. Like, for me, like, actually seeing what a person does behind the scenes can make all of the difference in the world, and like really help you to fully see like how things are actually made and what people are willing to show you and what people are not willing to show you. Through what people are not willing to show you through their free content and what people are willing to show you through their paid content, right? Which is something you can't unsee, right? And that you'll learn that through paying for content. You'll learn that through paying for courses. You'll learn that through paying for a community, right? That one-on-one experience, that group. There's also people in the community that might ask questions that you wouldn't think to ask, but you were curious about it and you did learn something from it and you did benefit from the value of whoever was in that community that asked a question. So there's so many upsides in investing in yourself, right? There's so many upsides. So I know I've bought courses. Learn at least something new that I wouldn't have through searching for it online, seeing if there's a video online, right? And I've also have chosen not to buy a course because I felt like what was advertised in the ad or video broadcasting the course, I felt like it wasn't valuable to me at the time, because it either wasn't important in my life or it wasn't, I felt like I could learn that, through time based on my own skill set and level of knowledge of where I'm at right now at my life through my own terms. But, there might be courses out there which I would love to learn about, which I know that other person is like probably at that upper echelon of knowledge and skill set and wisdom and have spent more life experience doing this one particular thing which I'm trying to learn about, right? Which I would buy a course for, right? So there's so many like ways of life and ways to think about things, and I feel like if a person is making a promise through their content that you got to pay for, I feel like they are being truthful, unless they are lying to you through actually not actually providing that content, right? So there's more. I feel like there's more truthful people out there, but you also got to be careful. You got to be careful, cautious, conscious, and you only experience that with the keen eye. Which is hard to describe, but obviously don't give your credit card out information to any people out there that are trying to get your information, fish for information, right? But at the same time, there are actually helpful people out there on the internet, but there's also a lot of bad people out there on the internet. And then there's also people that are helpful on the internet that also, there's people that, notice that they're being helpful and then want to tarnish, like try to talk shit, be a hater, right? Which sucks, but that's just everybody's life experience, life's purpose, and we all have to do ourselves justice towards trying to share like our perspective on everything on life that we have that we have experience on. Try to do that as much as we can, because we're expressing that anyway. We're going to be expressing that anyway. So, it's not really going to matter if you have haters, or it's not really going to matter if you have people that love you, hate you as much as people that love you as much as people do. So it's just keep that in mind too. And to all those people that out there that are stuck on the fence of buying a course, and obviously if you're struggling financially with buying a course, obviously don't do it, right? But if you do have the disposable income to buy a course, but you're unsure about it because you don't know about the person, I would say research the person, right? And you can do that with the help of AI, but don't be afraid. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid to take the next step in your learning journey, because colleges aren't going to do it. High school isn't going to do it. Your friends, your family members, all those other people out there are not going to, help you take the next step unless they're like, truly with you and like you have expressed that level of life experience with them. But definitely for yourself, for your own like well-being, not well-being, but like for your own, to satisfy your own curiosity and gain more life experience, I would say do it, because you never know what you're going to find. There's opportunities always on the other side, and you always gain more life experience when you do. So yeah.